you just, y'all, welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast. Wednesdays at 8:30, man. Y'all know, tune in, tell a friend. Y'all go over there to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, man. Share. Sharing is caring when it comes to this business right here now. Yeah, we ain't sharing a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But man, tonight we got me and the sixth God, me and the sixth God gonna ride it out, baby. Yeah. But we talking about the comprehensive man tonight, y'all. Man, it's a good book that is the man, the moment demands. And that's just standing up in that moment that you need to be standing up in. A lot of men like to back away from moments now. Back in the gap when we was coming up, man was standing up in the paint on any level, telling a woman how it goes, telling children how it goes. Now I feel that, and now I know, I ain't gonna say I feel, now I know it's so many men who don't want to be a man no more.
Right.
And that's a crazy thing to where I really understand how this system is working right now to whereas Donald Trump's and politics and all of this. And I really do, in my truth, how we are standing up right now as Black Americans, I really see us getting all the things that we really need back in our favor. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know anybody, because just like we're starting to, evolve into these gods that we are. And we starting to recognize and the messages are being passed around. So we really need to understand and understand that this comprehensive man is just the forefront of what we're going to be doing in the future, man. And understanding that you are a God, So I got tonight being the sixth God. How about that?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Give me a little bit on what you think about this subject.
Man, I think it's a great subject, great title. I started doing my research on this, and just understanding, being a man of the moment. Because we do hit on in that book that you have, he hit on so many points. Everybody knows that. Well, not gonna even say everybody, but yeah, it's okay to cry, but it's okay to cry in different situations. We kind of tapped on it last week, but being that man in the moment, like I mentioned to a couple of my other thuggish friends, like you're in beast mode, you're a gorilla all the time, even around your daughter, just being a man at the moment. I'm a chef, like that's what I do. That's not who I am, and it's pretty much defining like everything that we're gonna get into tonight.
Mm-hmm. I do like that, man. I do like that, man. And it's a lot of things in here in this book, man, that he wrote, man. Jason Williams, shout out to Jason Wilson. Jason Wilson, y'all. If y'all out there, tag Jason Wilson so he can realize we talking about him tonight, man. Giving him his props, giving him his flowers. And he wrote a quote in this book that I really like, because a lot of times that we say women are nurturers, women nurture this and women nurture the children, but men have a nurturing side as well, to where we're nurturing in a different type of facet, a different way. So we nurture in a masculine way. We the ones who, hey man, brush yourself off, dust yourself off, and try again. Do this right here. You can change it if you do this. Women are gonna coddle you. Women are gonna, oh, that's my baby. But we're nurturers in the masculine sense of, hey, So he said this right here. The nurturer cultivates growth and development, caring for individuals and environments within their influence and beyond. So it's like, if your children right here, you influencing your children, but you're going to influence their friends. You know what I'm saying? You can influence people that's not even connected to you family wise, but they're connected to you some type of way, even if it's on social media or whatever. But you as a man, we are nurturers as well. We do have that sensitive side. We do have to be the man in that moment. So a
Yes.
lot of times that, you know, you're going to see a dude just like my partner just say, six guys just say his friends gang banging at breakfast. You know, you a thug 25-8. You cannot be a masculine man and not understand that you do have to have a sensitive side, because that's what a masculine man is. He knows his feminine side. He knows it's masculine and feminine because he's emotionally intelligent on all aspects of the man in the moment.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like so many steps to just being a man. I mean, just because you have a penis, I mean, we all grown. Just because you have a penis doesn't make you a man. And as we
Right,
get into it,
right.
being whole physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, uh, the different steps, being a fighter, a provider, a teacher, a lover, a nurturer, a
Mm-hmm.
gentleman, a friend, a husband, a father, and a son.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a total.
Yeah. Yeah, and with that, we're gonna add the leader,
Yeah.
you know, because he has to have the direction in order for the family to feel safe, to feel secure about where they're headed. He
Yes, sir.
can't say, "Hey, baby, I got this job over here at Walmart," and then she gonna be submissive to the Walmart job. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah.
cashier. I'm gonna register fire, baby. Y'all come through the line. She like, well, okay, how long you gonna be at this job? You know what I'm saying? How long you gonna work that spot? Because you gotta really understand that, just like my man say, just because you got a nutsack does not make you the man of the household. Uh you have to have guidance. You have to have leadership qualities. Now, what Jason talks about in this book as far as leadership, he says the leader guides and inspires others. He knows when to speak and when to listen. See,
Yes.
leading by example, not just intimidation. And a lot of men feel like, I'm a masculine man, I got to lead with this intimidation. It's like nobody's going to take you. No, that's not going to take you to a level to where a community is going to want to follow that, because you're trying to scare people. You're trying to bully people. Nobody's going to be a part of that. So you got to learn when to speak as a man. You got to know how to nurture your family. You got to know how to nurture and make your family understand where you're going with the conversation. Because a lot of times we just have conversations and we ain't headed nowhere with it. So that's some stuff, man. Hopefully that can help some people, help some guys anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's like, before we even know, but a lot of people, I can't say everyone, have probably been, they fell into being emotionally incarcerated because they felt that they had to only portray one image, to be that strong man.
Right.
And it's like all they know is how to provide and, how to provide and protect. But there's so many different steps to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely that. Let me put this in here. It's definitely that. Yeah, but let's say, check this out. I got some stuff out of this book, and it says within these three themes, we'll explore the following 10 characteristics. So here's three of these characteristics that a lot of men feel like that they need to be the main thing. These are the main characteristics that a man really sees himself as. He sees himself as the fighter,
Mm-hmm.
the provider, and the leader. So the fighter discerns when to engage and when to walk away. He masters his ego and emotions to ensure he stays in an advantageous position. So you have to, as a fighter, it's like Muhammad Ali. He had this technique to where he would let his opponent punch himself out. He would let his opponent tire himself out. And then he would go to work on that man. So you have to really, as a man, you have to know when to, like Kenny Rogers say, know when to fold them and know when to hold them.
Plain and simple.
Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. You have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. So the provider ensures the provision of essential resources, guidance, and support for his family, friends, community, and himself. So that's what I mean by knowing when to speak, knowing how to lead, knowing how to do all these things, knowing how to nurture. Because you cannot just say I'm a provider and give a whole bunch of money away. And a lot of these guys have gotten that misconstrued because they got these PPP loans, the SBA loans, the credit card scams, and they just throwing this money around. And now these women feel like, oh, you ain't no provider. No, sweetheart, providing is not just monetary. Providing is giving you guidance when you're not in a stable state of mind. When you're not able to make the right decision. That's where the man comes in because he has to be knowledgeable of self. He has to be knowledgeable of his emotions. He has to be knowledgeable of your emotions. He has to know when to step in and say, hey, sweetheart, check this out. If you take your time, let's breathe. Let's do this right here. And then see if that works for you. And then we can move forward from there. If that helped you out, let me know. If not, we'll try other techniques. So as that man, as that provider, it's not monetary at all times. It's at the same time, it's about leadership in the right way. So, oh, and then, yeah, the leader, that was it. But that's the three top ones right there. So, like, what are your take on this provider thing? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to me, I would say that you have to be a provider. I mean, once again, it's more than just financially. You have to provide mentally. You have to provide spiritually. I mean, being a strong household. Give your woman something to respect, or give your family something to respect.
Right.
Because the media is like everything is they want something tangible. Like I don't have to always plan something out. I mean, yeah, because I've traveled a lot, and my kids, my kids' mom and I went out together, but them looking at me and like the type of relationship we have now. I mean, I could have just been one of those dads where I was like, okay, and my kids probably would have been fine with it because they would have had everything they wanted. But also, I wanted to be there. I didn't want to just be that, that money dad.
Right.
So, is your baby daddy a provider? Oh, absolutely. What does he provide? Oh, he does this, he does that, he does that. Well, damn, okay then. Are y'all still together? Those are the type of conversations that I enjoy hearing. But there's a lot of cats out there, they feel like, okay, cool, I don't have time, here you go. Just handing it over.
Right.
And you wonder why
and that's bad.
always just, okay, daddy this, daddy that. I mean, when my son, he was 5 years old, he wanted me to go and buy him something. I was like, well, I don't have any cash on me, son. He was like, well, just use that plastic card. I'm like, oh, so I mean, it goes more than, once again, just being tangible with things.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And that's a big thing too, man. A lot of times I test my children because they always talk about, oh, daddy, you got this and you got that. I say, yeah, but they used to always ask me for money.
Yeah.
When they got older. But I would always give them a lecture. I would always give them life lessons. I would always have conversations before I give you the money.
Yeah.
They'd be like, man, are you just gonna give me the money or not? Nah, I'm not gonna give you the money. Because you're not even listening to anything I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna even take this advice that I'm giving you, that means you're not gonna even learn how to fish. So if I give you this fish right now, you're eating today.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to put this rod, this reel, and this bait in your hand to show you how to hook the bait, how to throw that rod out there in that water, and I'm showing you how to catch your own fish. But they didn't do it. They didn't respect that, because if I didn't do it, then their grandmother gonna do it. Then somebody, some woman's gonna do it, and that's really defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, they look at me like the bad guy. Oh, you ain't good, daddy. You ain't this. I say, hey, if you take the advice I give you, you won't need to ask me for no money.
Yeah. I
That's the
mean,
biggest part of it.
teach a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Well,
Teach
give
a
a man
man to
a fish,
fish,
he'll eat for a day. Teach
he'll
him.
eat for a lifetime. If you give him a fish, he gonna eat
Yeah,
just for today.
yeah,
Yeah, that's it. And that's what I try to, as the provider of the family. That's what I was showing them. And now they look back at me like, damn. Well, I know my two oldest daughters, they respect me more than my other with my son. I got three on and three in the floating zone. You know
understand.
what I'm saying? So it's like, my son, he gets a lot because he's my son. He's the only boy in a pool of women. So
Yeah,
we do a lot of things together, and his little sister always looking at it like, man, I go to work, I'll sweep up, I'll do whatever. I'm like, yeah, but are you gonna want to do it? You know what I'm saying? Don't do it because he's getting money. Do it because you want to do it. You know, because sometimes it ain't gonna be about money. I'm gonna just have you sweeping up just because you need to learn. Oh, well, nah, I don't want to go do that. Oh, okay, well, you stay at the house.
yeah,
Yeah. See, it's about learning experience, and he understands. I know I might not get paid this week. I might, and
yeah,
it's about him learning, because that's what I told him from the gate. Hey, man, you're gonna have to be a provider for your family one day. You're gonna have to show so I'm teaching you skills to where your wife ain't gotta ask no outside man to come in here and fix anything in this house.
right.
Yeah, man, put this drill in your hand. Here go a paintbrush. You paint the house, you paint these walls. So whenever you get your woman, your wife, you can be able to do what you need to do,
Yeah,
as a leader, as a provider.
yeah, because I mean, last
So
thing, like you said, is, oh, you can't do it. Oh, don't worry about it. And then they call
mhm, mhm.
Michael. They call Michael to go and paint the baseboards, and well, baby, what you
Yeah,
doing? Well, you didn't have time. Mike did.
yeah, yeah. Mike had
Yeah,
time.
probably paint somebody's
Oh
baseboard today.
man, yeah, yeah. So I got four. Here goes four characteristics.
Okay.
Now, these are the deeper characteristics. Those were the dynamics. Those were the dynamics. Damn, I don't know what's in my eye. So those were the dynamic characteristics of a man. So these are the deeper characteristics of a man: the lover, the nurturer, the gentleman, and the friend. And that's what a lot of women do to their daughters. That's what a lot of women do to their children, period. They be their friend instead of being the parent.
Right.
So that's where the man comes in. Let me start on friend first. Say the friend loves at all times and is steadfast in the face of adversity, willing to lay down his life for his companions. I don't know about that.
Freedom
In
of speech.
2025, Jay, it's 2025. We don't know about laying down our life for these suckers, man. Cause it got to be what did it say? Damn, a reciprocation.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so the gentleman exudes respect for others and himself through deliberate and appropriate etiquette, without without compromising his values. So that's what that is, man. We got to be that gentleman at all times when we dealing with our family, man. The nurturer cultivates growth and development, caring for individuals and environment within their influence and beyond. The lover knows that love is demonstrated through action, devotion to Yah, loving his neighbor, and maintaining his own well-being. Now, I like this right here. So we're gonna go back to the lover. We're gonna start off with the love.
All right.
So what you think about what I just read on this one? Knows that love is demonstrated through action, devotion to Yah, meaning Yahweh, loving his neighbor, and maintaining his own well-being.
I want to go with the good old saying, and I don't enjoy getting biblical, but I do respect it. But
Yeah.
love your wife as Christ loved the church.
Mm.
So with that being said, I mean, there's no such. You have people that have like that emotional love or like conditional love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's I'm gonna follow up on it, because like if you only love me when you need something, is it really love?
Oh.
I mean, kind of like,
Oh.
I'm not even call it trick.
Man.
Like I said before, it's not tricking. It's the line. But it's like they give you the best or the top of the line, and then all of a sudden, well, baby, my car note due. You
Right.
knew that before I came over here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Additional love, it'll get you in trouble every time.
And see, that's why you have to. I like what he's saying, but you have to. It's a fine line between all of these characteristics of the man that he's speaking about.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to really understand that if we lead out the relationship, like my cousin told me when I was in the game a long time ago, he said, "Man, how you start is how you finish." So
Absolutely.
you start out with a woman throwing all your money to her, she gonna look for that throughout the relationship that you enter with.
Oh yeah.
So me, I picked up on that game real quick, and I was like, "Shit, okay, check this out, man." Say we finna go down to the park and just sit at the park and chop it up. You'll get some of them be like, "Man, I don't go to no park. It's hot outside." I'd be like, "All right, it's cool. Go ahead and go by, whatever you got to do today. Go ahead and do that." And then I don't even holler at them no more. But
Yeah.
then you got some of them, beautiful women, their hair done, nails done, all that. We'll sit in the park and laugh for hours. Just walking and talking in the park, just laughing on the water, you know what I'm saying? Having fun, just doing nothing. And those are the women that I eventually had kids with.
Yeah. I
Couldn't
kept
pull
going back
out,
to the
man. That pull out
part.
game was weak back in the gap, man. I believe that thing up in you, man.
Oh yeah. My heart's strong, but my pull-up game weak.
Yeah. So that's what we have to do, really, as men. We really have to really start paying attention to what we're doing, man, as far as giving that money up. Oh, I'm a provider. Oh, I take care of mine. It's like, yeah, but is that yours?
Yeah.
Is that just the highest bidder? You were the highest bidder at the time.
That's all it was. Bitter, like, I bought a Michael Kors, you bought a Louis Vuitton. Hey, you win this round.
You win. Yeah. No, I didn't buy anything, and you bought it to Louis. She looked at you like, "Oh, that's the one I want." Yeah,
Yeah.
I ain't buying nothing. I bought her a cup of coffee or whatever her favorite drink was.
Because I know
What
you're going
beverage are you
first.
drinking, love? Yeah,
Yeah.
he came in with no game.
Yeah. But I mean,
But
they got.
just like,
Hmm?
go ahead.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
some people just try and make up what they lack in there, and it's like, all right, but as far
Right.
as
Hey. Oh,
buying love,
that's so,
yeah,
man, that's depressing. That is depressing, bro.
yeah,
Man, when we was coming up, man, you remember the black book or even the scratch piece of paper. But
yeah,
you'll go back home and you'll write it in your black book.
yeah,
Every number you get. You
yeah,
go, we had competitions, how many numbers we was gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, man, we didn't have a lot, so the tennis shoes, we had to get the toothbrush and the dishwasher detergent to scrub the brushes. We wasn't buying 15 pair of sneakers back in the gap. We cleaned what we had and we loved it. Now I really believe social media has gotten everybody to a point to where you got to have you got to have 30 pair of shoes. You got to have this. It's like, man, come on, man.
yeah.
As a man, I don't have to have all of that. All I have to have, now I do have a bunch of shoes, but I'm just saying, I don't have to have.
I mean, you have it now because you want it and you deserve it. But it's like back then, it's like,
Yeah.
man, okay, cool. Like, do I want to go waste my money on this stuff? Not really, because like, who are you really impressing?
Well, no, back then, you staying with your mom. You didn't have no money.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had a job and
yeah,
mama let you trick that money off, and then sometimes you had to pay her, hey, give me $100. just to show that, you know, it was that time of the month. She said, hey, give me $100. I need some money out of you because you just around here doing too much.
Right.
And that's when, you know, that's when you have to learn responsibility. It's like my son now, he works to pay his phone bill, you know. So it's like, okay, we got you doing something. You have to pay something, you know. So, and that's part of that, man. And the nurturing part, you know, the gentleman part, you know, we always going to be, and we should anyway. More men nowadays, they're losing that charisma, you know, that chivalry. They losing that chivalry. They don't feel like it's cool to open the door anymore. They don't feel like it's cool to pull out the chair. They don't feel like it's cool to allow the woman to order first.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like we still have to get those points across to men, to these young boys, and to these old dudes who follow in the shoes, who follow in the track of the young cats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, come on, old dude.
And
You
then you have
sit up
some women
here.
that's like they don't want the guy to order for them. They don't like, oh well no. It's because these non-traditional women want a traditional man. So it's like you want us to, you know, adhere to taking care of home, paying for this, paying for that, but you're not even doing what you're supposed to do. To me, it's that's why I'd rather have like a strong-minded woman versus somebody. Oh well, I seen my friend on Facebook. You know, her boyfriend or her trick them, because that's all they are. Her trick them bought them this. I want one. Well, I tell you what, you go get one for my John.
There it is. But see, it goes back to if the woman doesn't want, that goes back to the conversation how a man should lead the conversation off while we're waiting on the waiter.
Right.
You're supposed to ask that woman, hey, you know, what you see on the menu that you like? What do you feel like you should, you know, what do you feel like you got a taste for? Oh, I'll be like, say, well, check this out. She's coming back in a minute, so let's go ahead and get this, you know, make a decision. Then that's when the woman be like, okay, I want this, this, and this. All right, cool. When she come back to the table, you say, you know, the lady say, y'all ready? I'll be like, yeah, she'll have.
Yeah.
And then that's when she look at you like, oh shit.
Yeah.
You know? So we have to have the conversation before the waitress even get to the table.
Yes, sir. And
you know, that way she don't have to feel like, you know, you out there tricking.
I'm glad you said that because my type, and I never just dated before, and I can say this honestly now, but it's like before my fiance, like I've never dated just one girl. I couldn't.
Right. Exactly.
But I had a rule, like if you can't pronounce it, bitch, you can't order it. Because they're trying to order something you heard about. So I was like, yeah, can I get a lot? Nah. Well, you probably won't like it. You don't even know how to pronounce it.
My dog, fool.
Like, man,
My dog said you can't pronounce it. You know when you want that.
Nah, for real. That went with everything, even with bottles of wine. You can't pronounce it. You can't.
But see, at the same time, though, you done exposed her to something that she's never been to. So you might need to break it down to her and let her know, hey, okay. And if she's not asking you, hey, what's this or what's that? Then that means she just over there I seen it was $50 and that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thinking
it's like, nah.
You never even heard the word calamari before, but you want something. And then when I tell you what it was, what is this? It's good. It's calamari. What is this?
What is this filet mignon stuff? What is the filet stuff? I don't know about that.
You can't go from.
So you do have to. Yeah. As men, though, we do have to start choosing better. You know, we have to pick better.
Yeah.
Because I had made a post today, man. The dude said, if you want to learn how to fly a plane, where do you go? And the women was like a pilot. If you want to learn how to cook, where do you go? A chef. If you want to learn how to drive, who do you go to? A driver. He said, now, if you want to learn how to be a wife, who do you go to? And the women sit up there like, oh, yeah. See, a lot of women out here, they want you to be the husband, but they don't even know how to be the wife.
Right.
Hanging around with women who don't, oh, she been married. Well, is she still married?
Yeah.
And then whose fault was it that she got divorced?
Yeah.
Oh, he cheated on her. Now, what was the reasoning for him cheating?
Yeah.
See, it's more deeper than a lot of people. Oh, he was a cheater. He might have been a cheater, but he had in his mind that you were that woman that he wanted to marry.
Yeah. But it's like,
so you did something right, but then once you got that ring and y'all got that paper signed, you probably quit doing what you supposed to do, and you didn't have the guidance of looking at other wives.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why a lot of times, man, we have to do our research, man, on what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we just go through life. Oh, we together. Oh, let's do this and let's do that. Because you was doing that with your home girl. I mean, with a dude who didn't have any guidance on his behalf. He didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
So he was allowing you to do so many things.
I'm glad you said you posted it on Facebook, because I'm gonna go back and comment when it was like, well, you know, who should they ask? Mary Madeline. Go ask the prostitute, because obviously she know how to keep men happy. She just don't want to keep them around it. But prostitutes have great information.
Oh, yeah, you know, because they talk to a lot of men.
Yeah, absolutely.
They talk to a lot of men, and they talk to some real men, you know, who just like, hey, man, I don't want the relationship part of it. I just want to hit you some bread. But then they do have them conversations.
Yeah, because
you know,
you do trust them. I mean, first off, I'm not gonna see you again unless you become a regular. But it's like they can be real with them, and they wonder why side chicks are winning, because the side chick is put up with everything that the wife or significant other not doing, because they got the ring they feel they won already.
Right, yeah. So here goes some. I'm gonna give you these comparisons right here. So the masculine male and the comprehensive man, the masculine male. You hear what he said? This Jason. Jason said, Jason Wilson, y'all. He's great. He's a great author. So Jason Wilson said the masculine male, he suppresses his emotions and hides behind the facade of appearing strong.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we was talking about a while ago. So, but the comprehensive man, he expresses his emotions freely without fear of being judged. Say, man, I don't care if you see me whatever in the weakest moments or whatever, but I know this is the right thing for me to do for this moment, in this moment.
Right.
But the masculine male will sit up here, oh, hey, you know, rah, 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 beat on his chest and don't have a clue of what to do.
Yeah.
You know, don't have a clue.
You're right.
Say the masculine male. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish that statement, because there's some other stuff I wanted to say. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I'm not sure if it's in that book, but he was doing a comparison of, you know, the box of colors. You know, how women, like they're like that box of 64 colors, and men are like that box of 8 colors. Women, they tend to use every color or more colors in that like in that box. Like, baby, look, this is how I feel. You know, I'm tired. I went to work. You know, I don't feel like cooking at home, and she's using the color red. And then the guy be like, well, you know, you the woman, you supposed to cook. You know, it's not my job, and he's using the color, you know, burgundy. Because
that's the masculine male. Yeah, that's the masculine male right there. What you talking about?
I was like, man, the dude got deep. And I mean, you know, he was also that how a lot of these things are considered time traveling trauma, because the guy only does what he's saying, or oh yeah, I'm there. Time traveling, like he's bringing that stuff that he learned, and it's like, you know, it can skip a generation or whatnot, but it's like you, I mean, I'm quite sure I have habits and things that my great grandfather and my great great grandfather did, because it just passed
Yeah.
down time at a time at a time. But it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
just even when he was talking about, when he had to hear God, he was
Right.
doing this and he was doing that. And it's like, well, God, this is, matter of fact, it was before his fight, because he was an MMA fighter. And it's like, well,
Okay.
God, why is this stuff going on? He's like, because I needed you broken in order for you to hear from me. Because a strong man and never sit there and admit that, this is all
Yeah.
God. It's like, oh no, this is all me. Because even when I was a youth,
Yeah.
people would be like, oh, Pastor, you good, you good. Like, I'm like, yo, that's not me. That's God through me. So
Mm.
it's something you have to be broken. That's why, the Holy Spirit, he'll always he comes to you whenever you talk or whatever, but it always, you hear the loudest voice in your broken times. Because a strong man can't really
Yeah.
hear that stuff.
Right.
So you pretty
Yeah.
much have to become like an empty vessel.
For real. That's Bruce Lee said. Bruce Lee said it. He said, you got to become water, my friend.
Yeah.
So here's some more. The masculine male. Here's the comparisons of the masculine male and the comprehensive man. So the masculine male views women as subservient and sex objects.
Mm-hmm.
And the comprehensive man views women, he respects the woman and values their superior qualities. So it's not, he's saying that comprehensive man, hey man, I respect you having a voice. I respect you making your decision on what you need to make your decision on, because that's going to best benefit you in that situation.
Right.
But if I have a better way of doing it, I will speak up, but I'm gonna allow you to do what you got to do because you're my wife, and we know whatever wedding and all that. But that masculine male, he's gonna bully, he's gonna intimidate, he's gonna try to, oh, you gonna do this or else. And that's why a lot of men and women don't get along today.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with too many masculine males instead of the comprehensive man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you can't make this woman do anything, because now we're in a day and time to where women have better opinions and better ways of doing things than men. And as a man, you should want your woman to have an input on a situation so that she don't feel like shit, he gonna take care of it, because eventually you're gonna be doing everything by yourself. And that's gonna become overwhelming to you. That's gonna make you feel like, well, damn, she don't do shit. Well, when she was trying, you was shutting her
Yeah.
down. So you have to be that man to where you can say, hey man, you know what, sweetheart, go ahead, let me hear what you got to say. You can't be no bully in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So here's another thing. The masculine male feels fear, but will do anything to prevent anyone from knowing he is scared. He'll feel the fear, but he'll do anything to prevent anyone from knowing he's scared. But the comprehensive man, he feels fear, but openly admit it, and therefore makes wise life decisions.
Yeah.
Say, hold on, y'all. We all scared out here today now. But check this out. What we can do if we go over here collectively and try to, diffuse this situation. If the guy got a gun, if we go over here collectively and, you know what I'm saying, he's going to make a decision, or he's going to say, hey, man, let's all move away from what we got going on right here. Right. But that masculinity, that stuff builds up, So and then here's one I love. I love this one right here. He says that the masculine male is a slave to his thoughts and emotions.
Yeah.
Damn. And then the comprehensive man, he masters his emotions before his thoughts become toxic. Oh, Come on, man. He masters his emotions before his thoughts become toxic.
Yeah.
Woo! I love it.
It's a whole sermon in itself, because
ain't it?
Yeah, because you have people that think that a masculine male has to once again,
Be Tarzan.
yeah,
Yeah.
like man. Once I read it further, the way he like his definition of thug, I mean, which Tupac had his. Um,
Yeah.
I forgot what Tupac said, but definition of a thug is a traumatized human unable to grieve.
Mm.
Man, like
Yeah, yeah. Tupac, man. Tupac, bad dude, man. It was a lot with that guy, man. It was like that's what T.I. was saying too in an interview that he had. He was like, they were like, man, how can you be the rubber band man, the philosopher? He said, yeah, I'm all of that.
yeah,
Because I have to be. How do you not be all of that as a man?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? How can I not be intellectual? How can I not be the thug? How can I not be the singer, the comedian? How I need to be all of that.
yeah,
Because my family needs to feel safe in any environment. If I know if we're in a dangerous situation, if I make light of it and then get them in a comfortable state to where, okay, now I want y'all to go to the car, I'm gonna go take care of this.
yeah,
But a damn fool, he got his family right behind him and he up there confronting the gunman. The masculine male. He's up there, hey man, get your ass with my family. Hey, bro, you got to get your family safe first. Get them out the way.
yeah.
I was listening another podcast. Oh, this was a good one too. I love this one. He asked the women, do you walk side of your man or do you walk in front of your man? A lot of women, we side by side. We da da da. He said, nah. What you need to do is walk behind your man. Because if he's gonna protect you, if you're walking in front of him, you dead.
Yeah.
You get the first hit. But if you're walking a couple of steps behind me, I can protect you without a problem. If you're walking on the side of me, now you're saying that you're equally protecting us. And you don't need to be protecting. I don't need protection. That's why men should be at the gym or working out or know some type of skill like you and Mike. Y'all were boxers, kickboxers, and fighters and stuff like that. So you have to have some type of understanding of defending yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't have a woman walking, oh, you on my side. No, sweetheart, I need you to walk a couple of steps behind me. So just in case anything pop off, I got the hit first. Boom, I can protect you. Now you can protect the children.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
See, a lot of women don't know the order of operation.
Correct.
It's an order of operation around here, man, that where a lot of women not even fucking have a clue because they was raised by a single woman. And just like, I wish I can, man, verbatim that damn shit. It's on my stories, but it's with the guy. He's like, ask about the driver and all of that, but the chef and all of that. But it's yeah. That guy there. But yeah, man. So, the struggle is real, man. The struggle is real, but we're gonna definitely get it, But
once again, because the media, women want to feel equal. Okay, so you know what? You want to be equal, bitch. We're about to die at the same time because you don't want to walk behind me because you think you better than me and stuff like that. No, we're not talking about what's politically correct. You walking on the street and it's like, of course, if y'all walking down the street or whatever, the guy's supposed to walk closer to the road. Or if we're going across the street instead of jaywalking, the guy's going to be on the side where the cars are coming on. We're not talking about that.
Exactly.
We're just talking about just trying to protect you because there's somebody coming at you. Like Alex and I, we can go anywhere. That's why every time we're in New York, we could go on the subway. Nobody gonna mess with me. I mean, they can try. It's not gonna happen. I'm 6'6", kickboxer. They don't know. They don't know anything. They just see, I could get them. So I'm comfortable going or doing anything. But you have some women that just because we want to be equal and women power, look, chill with that. Like a woman she has to know her place. Like literally,
Yeah,
stay in your place.
yeah,
Stay in your place for safety. I'm not saying stay in your place because you belong in the kitchen. Stay in your place for
right.
safety. That's it.
For safety.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. So check this out. He I like this, man. He got some stuff from this book, man. That's amazing, bro. So check what he says right here. Let me get these specs on. He says, now this is okay, goes into a question. He says, are you ready to deconstruct society's narrow definition of manhood? Said to live a life unbounded by limitations, becoming the man every moment demands. If so, gather yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally as I take you down this narrow path that leads to a fuller life. He said the 4 R's. Now he got 4 R's. Say one of the techniques I've developed to help you embrace the freedom to fail, to let go of setbacks, and to live in the moment is called the 4 R's. I suggest you get a journal and use this purpose and or use notes, whatever he's talking about. So the first one, reflect on the challenges that have shaken your soul. That's good. So release each negative thought before it becomes toxic. I love that. Reset yourself mentally and emotionally, and then rest in the moment instead of being traumatized by the past and anxious about the future. Man, reflect on the challenges that have shaken your souls. Come on, Jay. Well, Jason ain't bullshit with y'all, man. Jason ain't playing with y'all, man.
And then he just started doing I mean, he been had his podcast, but he recently
Yeah.
started bringing his wife on there because I was
Mm.
last night, and he said because they wanted to be in a perfect place, they wanted to be their perfect couple. But then the wife was like, we realized no, we're never going to be perfect because for a time,
Exactly.
they were separated.
Exactly.
But I mean, him
Exactly.
being not a broken man, but him being the guy that he is, like, he knew how to how to reconnect. So it's like everything he's coming out. I mean, he might as well be a pastor. I don't watch some of his fights and how he deals with the
You're
kids.
right.
And it's like the kids will be coming up and it's like almost like he'll drop a scripture for like every swing, every punch they do.
Yeah. I like this, man. I love it, because it's really giving definition, giving guidance to men who don't have a clue what it is to be a man.
Right.
And it's letting you know that it's not just about being a beat on your chest type of guy.
Yeah.
So I like to reflect. And then what I did learn about 2 years ago, instead of saying that I don't want to do something anymore or I don't want this around me anymore, you say, I release this into the universe to, this no longer serves me. So I release it into the universe.
Right.
And that's what I've been saying. I teach my kids that. Well, I teach my son. My daughters, they pretty much listen, but they don't listen, because I don't know. It is what it is. But it says release each negative thought before it becomes toxic.
Yeah.
And I promise you, these thoughts become toxic, man. When you're trying to do better for yourself, you're working. I ain't gonna say trying, I'm gonna say working to become a better person. How many times have you backslid on something you said you weren't gonna do anymore?
Personally, backslide,
That
man,
right there.
it wasn't even a
That's what I'm
backslide.
talking about.
It wasn't even a backslide. I was moonwalking. So I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. Yeah.
Call it what it is, man. But we have to release them toxic thoughts, man. Release them thoughts before they become toxic. Release the negative thoughts before they become toxic, man. And I love that, man. Reset yourself mentally and emotionally.
Yeah.
Once you get these thoughts up in balance, then you have to reset.
Yeah.
And every day is a reset. That's why we thankful that we get to wake up. That's why we thankful and grateful that we have breath in our lungs. So reset every 5 minutes if you have to. The reset does not. You can hit the reset button every minute.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
Just so you can maintain that what you're trying to obtain. I don't want to be the old me. What Genuine say? Oh, that wasn't Genuine. That wasn't Genuine. Who was that? Fat Joe and Joe. It was Joe and Joe and Big Pun. I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player. I just crush it live.
I remember
Big
that.
Pun.
Got what you're looking for. But no,
You hear me, man?
You can reset. You
Little
can
brown hairs everywhere. You nasty. I don't care.
Yeah, but that's the thing about grace, because I mean, you can reset. That's just like in network marketing. You can start over every day. You can reset your life. I make posts that's so scandalous, especially if I allow that thought to get toxic. I'll make a post and I'll leave it up there for a couple hours, and then I'll go ahead and delete it and put something else, because at that point I reset. I'm not that man I was 5 minutes ago. I forgave you, bitch. Like, no, would have been some other
Dave
stuff.
Chappelle. Come on, man. That's funny. Oh, man. So reset, but rest in the moment instead of being traumatized by the past and anxious about the future. So we rest in that moment. I always say that on some of them lives that I be doing, man. And it's that's basically the biggest thing that I love, because you have to be in the moment of everything that you do. Mm-hmm. You cannot be in the past, and you definitely can't be in the future, because you haven't. That's not even. You don't know the story, but you have to know the story, and you have to know yourself. So once you learn who you are and you release the old you, then you can walk into the future, because you're not traumatized by it, by the past, rather.
Right.
And you're not around people that you're trauma bonding with. Because a lot of people are friends because, oh, girl, yeah, that boy cheated on me. That dude ain't did shit. Oh, yeah, my baby mama ain't this, and my baby. And then now y'all having, that's y'all bond. And then when one baby mama get right and the other baby mama, now y'all ain't even friends no more.
Yeah.
Right. I've seen it.
Yeah, your bond is toxic. So it's like, that's the only reason y'all get along. Kind of like those work relationships. I cannot like the cruel people, but we all despise the general manager, so we all bond over that. So y'all don't have any, y'all don't have nothing good to bond over.
Man, that is crazy. Ain't that something, man? How we just trauma bond and we become friends with people because of something that bad happened instead of something that good happened. That's crazy.
It's not like a club, like, oh, well, they have Facebook groups for everything, or it's like, 20,000 women, like, oh, the better women of society or something. Like, okay, fine. But then they have like AA meetings for, alcoholics apparently, but let's let something positive come out of it. Like, let's not just always talk about so much to the point where, like, you the only thing you have control of is the present. But if you're so trapped in the past, like, is your presence even present?
And we don't even realize, though, bro. You know what we don't realize is that the event that doesn't happen, we're still making it bigger than what it was when it did happen.
You're right. And then you breathe life into it every time you talk about it, every time you remember it.
And you dragging it on to next year. You done drug it.
Yeah.
It wasn't, the event has moved on. The situation is no longer.
Right.
But yet and still we hold that emotion and we build up on it. Oh, yeah. And also he did this. And he did this. And he also, it's like, really? Now see, if you're a real friend, you should ask them, so how long are you going to hold on to that?
Yeah.
Are you going to keep doing that? Are you going to stay with that? Or are you going to let that go?
Yeah.
But man, you just don't get it. You just don't understand. That hurt me. Okay, but how long are you going to stay in that hurt?
Yeah.
Are you going to allow that hurt to define your life? Or are you going to let that hurt subside?
Yeah.
I got one of my sisters that's a little bit younger than me. She tells her friends, you got 72 hours to hold on to that feeling. And after them 72 hours, if you ain't letting that go, girl, we gotta depart. We can't be friends like that. I can't talk to you because you're not gonna come to me 3 days later talking about the same thing.
Right.
I done gave you 3 days. So within 3 days, you get to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And then after them 3 days, you got 72 hours.
I don't even want to hear about it no more.
And I can't hear about it no more. And I love that. I love that analogy that she, because you have to start giving these traumatized times a moment. Even as men, we should be on a 24-hour, a 5-minute. Hey man, that shit happened, man, bro. I can't change none of that. That shit happened 5 minutes ago. I can't do nothing with it. What I'm gonna do? I can't change it. I can't make it right. I can't do nothing. True. You can buy 100 flowers. You can give $100,000, and it's still you're gonna still hear that same situation.
Yeah. So that's once again. I pause before I get into the argument or during the argument because I don't say I'm sorry. So it's like if I say it, I mean it. So yeah.
Boy, I tell you. Hey, now he got activity 2 now. He got the activity 2. The tree of trauma. The tree of trauma. Hold on. Let me get the specs back out of this. He said he created a tree of trauma to help boys and men easily identify the root causes of their struggles, helping them understand why they feel the way they do. The following is a breakdown explanation of the tree of trauma and steps to help you identify your cause and effect, resolve trauma, and unlock the potential for growth and thriving as a comprehensive man. Healing is possible when we delve in introspectively, identifying our issues and then courageously confronting them. So the first one I love is the soil. So the soil symbolizes our physical and social environments that influence our development and overall well-being. These surroundings significantly impact our life experiences. Ideally, our soul should consist of supportive friends, loving family, and a healthy workplace and nurturing community. So that's real. I love that. And then it goes off into the roots. The roots symbolize the causes and effects of our emotional and psychological well-being stemming from experiences like mother and father wounds, childhood abuse, or abandonment. Ooh. Now this right here, okay. Now I will talk about that in a minute too. He said identifying and uprooting toxic roots is essential for more fulfilling life. Just as nurturing a tree is necessary for growth, men require therapy and self-maintenance to overcome challenges from life roots, a process that ultimately leads to more fulfilling life. So with this one, the roots, I had to realize that it was about a month ago that I had abandonment issues. Everything that I loved kept leaving. Either it died or it walked away. And I would lash out. I was lashing out. You know what I'm saying? It's like my baby said, hey, man, I'm not them. I don't know what the fuck you went through. I don't know what you've been through, man. But I ain't that. Don't look at me like I'm, And I had to go do some self-work real quick. Because I heard it in her voice, and then I grasped. I was like, "Damn, let me go do some research on why I did that because I've done it in the past." You know what I'm saying? With another situation that I was in,
That's that time traveling trauma.
Time traveling trauma. Man, let me write that down. Better do it.
Yeah, man.
Time traveling trauma.
Because we all deal with
Man.
benefit issues. I mean, no matter how you want to look at it, because even people that came from a 2-parent household, okay,
Yeah.
they still dealt with it.
Yeah.
Like relationships that I had in the past, and it's like, oh, okay, and it's like, the first thing that your new like person in your new relationship does, it makes you like recollect on like, oh, so it's almost like I can see, oh, so you're gonna do like the rest of them and leave me too? Like, nigga, I'm going shopping. Like, man, I'm gonna leave for real this time. Like, man, look, you
Eat
got
the cake, anime. Eat the good damn cake, anime.
and they come with too much baggage. I'm like, oh well, if you love her, you'll stay with her and help
Right.
unpack her bags. No, I love her, so I'm gonna get her some new luggage. Leave me the hell out of
Yeah.
this.
I'm gonna get you these new bags, man.
Yeah,
And Marshalls, they got some armored bags. I'm gonna get you these new bags, man.
I'm gonna get you some new things.
Oh man, this was say, brother.
All that
We
crime.
gotta, yeah, we gonna have to keep this. This was a great. Hey, this book, man. I'm telling you, the moment demands.
Yeah.
That's the real. That's the real deal. It's the real deal, bro.
Yes, sir.
If y'all don't know nothing else, get this book. Now I done lost my damn page on what I was doing, but it was.
I'm going. I order that book. It's probably on Amazon.
Yeah. It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon.
Audible, so it's like while I'm driving, I was listening to Jason earlier while I was out and about. Like,
Yeah.
deep.
He deep, bro. He deep. But y'all, we done stayed on here. We done stayed on here longer than we supposed to. But this was good, man. I love it. I love it. Getting to the bottom, get to the roots, get to the soil.
I mean, you can cut down the shit as many times as you want. The root is still there. I have a couple of plants that I planted like before the freeze that we had out here, and it's like I cut the bushes down like a while back, but they still had roots. Them damn azaleas keep growing. Like, damn, I literally have to dig and get that stuff up.
You gotta dig them out.
Yeah.
I gotta get some azaleas, man. I gotta get some azaleas. My baby loves some azaleas, man. But yeah, man, we definitely gotta bring this one back. Mike probably had to come back on this one next week with Mike.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, I'm gonna say this right here. I'm gonna go out with this. This is what I'm gonna go out with. He says, unpack the impact of your past and unlock the power to shape your future. Bam!
I like that.
Yeah, man. Unpack the impact of your past and unlock the power to shape your future. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to write this guy, man. He did some justice with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, give me some of that knowledge. Give me some of that knowledge you got. I know you got something over there written down. The Mr. Prolific.
No matter how good of a man you are, you'll never be good enough for a woman who isn't ready. As well as a smart man will make a mistake and learn from it and never makes a mistake again. But a wise man will find a smart man, learn from him how to avoid the mistakes altogether.
Come on, man. See that day, Mr. Prolific. But Mike, drop the mic, man. Drop the mic, man. Drop the mic. Yeah. Wise man gonna find it.
So we can just like go ahead and read through it and like
yeah.
Like they have book clubs. Yeah. Like this stuff like this is needed.
That's for real. That's for real. So that's what we'll do, man. Tell Mike we got to get this book. Jason Wilson, The Man, the Moment Demands.
Yeah.
The Master of the Characteristics of the Comprehensive Man. I
And you have
like
a
this
bunch of
book.
women that read that book too. They read all his books. They listen to his audios and everything because he helping
Well,
everybody.
yeah, the thing about this the male and the female thing, man, we all need to read each other's books.
Yeah.
It's a book, it's called Entering Her Vortex. Now get that book. I think it's about 19 and it's about $9 an hour. But it's Mikhail Jackal or Mikhail. I got it in there. I don't feel like going to get it right now, but I'll bring it. But it's called Entering Her Vortex. It's a red paperback book. It teaches you everything about energy, masculine energy, feminine energy. That book right there. It's gonna change the relationship. I promise you, and it's gonna get y'all closer. It's gonna make you understand your roles in life. It's gonna help you understand the power that you carry, the power that she carries. It's a real good book. I've been reading that book for the last year, man. I'm talking about like repeatedly though, not just one time. Yeah, I ain't that slow of a reader, y'all. Damn, man, you right to reading a book for you.
Yeah, like you read the Bible. That's like another book called Answering Her.
Nah, you've been reading the college edition of the dictionary. That's what you've been reading.
Yeah, for real.
This thick, yeah, it right there, this thick. But man, y'all tune in again next week, man. We're gonna do it again. The Elite Mancast, man. Y'all go over there to YouTube. I'm gonna put the link in the description later. But y'all go over there, man, and start subscribing, man. We need some more followers over there. We need some more subscribers, not followers, but subscribers.
Yes,
because
sir.
yeah. We gonna turn up, man. But hey, brother, next week, man, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna come up with something else good. I love this one because it was major. And if you get the book before the week is out, let me know so we could pull some topics out of the book and we can keep on going from there.
I'm going on Amazon tonight, or I could just go to Barnes and Nobles, but I don't know about Barnes and Nobles. They sometimes say, "Oh, we have it on order." Okay.
Yeah, now Amazon gonna get you tomorrow. Yeah, you can order in the morning and have it in the nighttime, man. I don't know, boy. That old Amazon is a bad spot, boy. That thing cold, boy. I ain't never seen something. You order before 10, you get your product the same day. They selling dope over there.
Oh yeah. Especially if they have it in a warehouse, like in Baton Rouge, we have an Amazon warehouse out here. So a lot of the things I ordered, and it's like they get you because we can get it to you like if you we can get it to you today if you order within the next 2 hours and 25 minutes. Like, oh word, okay. Next thing you know, yeah, they come. That's Prime. That's Prime, baby.
Prime, that Amazon Prime. Yeah. I love it, man. I love it, man. So y'all, man, y'all come back next week, man. We're gonna have some good stuff going on next week too. All right, brother. Holla at you in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.